Hey folks, welcome back to the channel. We have an update video for you with some patch notes, some light stuff from earlier last week, two things about surveys, two different surveys, and then a new Tarkov Community website that you guys, if you're into giving feedback or anything like that, you're probably gonna be interested in. So let's not waste any time and get right into it. Okay, so first up, the technical update, something small, but some important details here. They are working on fixing an issue with bots getting stuck in geometry and accessible places on locations. So we've seen scavs inside boxes, inside crates, inside buildings. For example, Rashala was inside the walls of gas station. It's not the walls, it's like the garage area in the back that doesn't open up and you can't get in there. I've seen all sorts of stuff. I haven't seen it since this patch. It doesn't mean it's totally fixed, but it's not as prevalent. So it's going to be one of those bugs they're going to work through probably. Fix the known cause of freezing, disappearing Lightkeeper dialogue UI after completing a task. I haven't seen Lightkeeper since last week because I prestiged. So good. I guess this is a bug that was going there. Fix an issue that caused players to enter PvP mode instead of co-op practice mode. I laugh because this would be very, very unfortunate for folks, especially if you're testing stuff or have a bunch of gear on you. I guess I shouldn't laugh, but it's a good thing they fixed it. Now on to the Scav survey. So BSG tweeted, hey, thank you for taking part of the Scav survey, but here's what everybody cares about. Here's the results. I'm not going to get in and read all of this stuff. Just kind of talk about the stats and the things they have in here. So question number one, should players still have a choice to select raid time and location when playing as a Scav? 64% plus folks said yes, it makes Scav gameplay more convenient. This is along the lines of people, and yes, I'm one of them. You can hate me for it, but I feel like player scavs shouldn't be able to pick a location to scav into. It should just randomly throw you in whatever map, and then maybe as you level up your scav karma, you can deselect maps. It'll help with scav queue times. It makes scaving, I think it makes it more interesting, but that's my opinion on it. Take it or leave it. It looks like the majority of the community doesn't want that though, so there is that. Whether BSG listens to that, there's a old Henry Ford quote that said if I asked people what they want, they would have said a faster horse or something along those lines. So I think about that here along the lines of what people want versus what is better for the game. Not saying my way's better, but BSG's method of listening, supposedly not listening to the community versus listening to the community, you can't give the community everything they want because just won't be a game. People want stuff to be easier. I'm not going to go on any longer about it, but we'll just see. We'll see where it goes from here. They've already made some changes. We'll talk about those in a sec. What is your main objective when playing as a scav? No surprise here. Almost 83%. I look for gear and task/hideout items. About 7%, 6.5% look for PvP fights. And then you've got, I aim to increase fence standing. I don't play as a scav. I learn locations. I learn the game mechanics. Less than 5%. Nothing shocking about that to me anyways. So yeah, what is your approximate PMC to scav raid ratio? I play mostly PMC is 43%. 40% as I play, or almost 41. I play both scav and PMC equal. I only play as a PMC. I mostly play as a scav. I only play as a scav. We're all under 10%. This one here, I think, is not as cut and dry. I think it's very subjective, right? Just based on people I kill and I see their profiles, I very rarely see like a 50-50 split on players and scavs. You just don't see it very often out there. So I think this has to do with people, maybe they run 3 or 4 PMC raids, but they're pretty quick. They get in, they get out, but then they run a scav raid. They get a 35-minute timer in there and they're for the entire time looting and just being a loot goblin through stuff. So I don't really think it's 40% play 50-50 scav PMC, but it's closer to that. Whereas the 43% are people that play maybe 10, 20, 30 scav raids a wipe or less. That's kind of where I see this. Could be wrong, but it's just kind of a subjective question with how the answers were put together. Key results of the survey. We pretty much talked about a lot of this stuff, but scav spawn timing. Most players prefer scavs to spawn 15 to 20 minutes after the raid starts or near the end of the raid. Popular locations. Players prefer large locations with variety of loot, such as streets, reserve, and customs. Play styles. 70% of players prefer peaceful interaction with other scavs and maintaining a positive standing with fence. Interesting. Penalty system, 37% of players think the penalty system is fair. 28 think it's too weak. 20% think it's it's too severe for accidental kills. Scav starter equipment, 36% of players would like fence standing to have a stronger influence on the quality of equipment. 32% are fully satisfied with that system. Wipe stage, 52.8% of players play as a scav throughout the whole wipe, while 36% play mostly at the beginning of the wipe. All right, so here's where the changes, and these are already in the game. We will be further analyzing in-game data and collecting player feedback to improve the game balance. Based on the results of the survey, we have adjusted player scav spawn times, who will now spawn no earlier than 17 minutes after the start of the raid on most of the locations. Now, this excludes factory, reserve, and low-level ground zero. So this is a level 20 and below ground zero. The starter equipment system has also been improved. From now on, higher fence standing has a larger impact on the quality of gear. The information gathered will be used to further improve scav gameplay. So if you weren't aware before, the higher your fence rep, level, whether you had 1.0, 2.0, 3, 4, 5, up to 6, didn't matter after you got over 6, there was a modifier applied and you got better gear. It's still RNG, so you kind of saw it all over the place, but you do get better gear the higher fence rep you have. They have made that modifier more aggressive, they've more impactful. They've expanded across all of the, scav rep 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They've all been increased. So the higher your rep, the much more impact you should see on your gear. And this, when I say gear, it's not just your gun and your armor, it's the random stuff that can spawn in your bag too. This means stims, rare loot, things like that. You will get those in your player scav. So that is the scav survey, the results of that. They took a survey, they made changes. Still going to be people bitching that BSG doesn't listen or do things, but it is what it is. Now, on to the next survey. There's one in there right now. I don't know how long it's going to last. Players have access to a new iteration of in-game surveys. This time, the questions are aimed at gathering additional feedback on weather conditions, visibility, in-game seasons. You can also provide additional feedback in the details and the comments of the related social media posts. Upon completion, players will receive an in-game reward. That in-game reward is 2 drills. So if you're looking for 2 drills, hurry up and go get that done. It's pretty much questions about, how you feel about fog, how you feel about rain noise. There was a question that I can't wait to see this, because there was one in there that asked if people want to see more severe weather events. And I can't wait to see where those answers land. So go take the survey. Hopefully we'll get some feedback. It won't be too long and we can see where they go with that. Nikita retweeted this out. There's a new website, Tarkov.community. We'll throw links down in the description below, but as Nikita says, it's a hub for all players to submit, discuss, and upvote bugs and suggestions for both Tarkov and Arena. The website is run by EFT emissaries and serves the following purposes. This is not a replacement. Everyone is still encouraged to file official bug reports through the launcher official website. This platform is a means to supplement that process and assist in tracking broader community feedback. So basically what they're saying is, don't do this as your bug report. Do your bug reports, but this is a place to get attention and get people to upvote it and stuff like that. So think of it kind of like as a Reddit, but not as toxic and shitty, just because it doesn't have the utility of Reddit. Anyways, you can sign in, you can fill out everything you want. The top right thing right now is mostly suggestions, which I think is not what BSG was really hoping it was going to be. I think they were hoping like bugs that are really bothering the community would get upvoted in here, but suggestions tend to win that every day. Like right now, this isn't a bad suggestion. Add a container and stash and hideout for keys, so you can just put your keys into either in your hideout or your stash, whatever that lets you hold keys, and that's what that is. You look through here, there's lots of upvote stuff. You can find stuff you care about. You can throw your own thing in here. I think it's going to need it's a good first start, but it definitely needs some work to it. Just because like you go look at recent and there's a lot of stuff in here that could be important, that just doesn't have upvotes. It's going to get drowned out in this stuff. Plus, I don't know how they're going to make it go away. Like if this happens, who clears it out? I don't know if that's the community. Again, I'm not sure how this works. There's a bunch of rules over here. Check those out if you want to use those, or you want to use this. Make sure you're following all the rules and stuff like that. But a new website, if you're into giving feedback, if you want to help the game, if you feel like an issue is being ignored, throw it in here. If you can get a community behind it, obviously you can get it upvoted and go from there. So I could definitely see some streamers, I don't want to say abusing this, but streamer privileges, right? You go on somebody like Landmark or Pestily or whoever goes on and says, hey, I put a thing on here, go upvote it. It's going to have 1,000 upvotes pretty quickly. Maybe not 1,000, but it'll have a lot. So anyways, that's all we've got. That is the news. Got you guys caught up. Now, keep in mind, these videos take a little bit to go out live. I'm filming this Sunday night. Monday morning might roll around. There might be some new stuff. If that happens, we'll get a video out for that. So don't stress out if you feel like I'm missing something. We will get you guys caught up. With that, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. Helps me out a ton. Tells YouTube you want to see my content so that you're not seeing this in like 5 days, which does happen. Sometimes people are like, I just got an alert for this 5 days ago. And I don't know why YouTube does that. But if you liked the video, you subscribed, you have the notification bell, usually you see stuff right as soon as it goes live. On top of that, shout out for my music. Link is down in the description. Check it out. 180 songs. It's lo-fi, easy to listen to. It's free. Great background music. I listen to it on stream. A lot of other streamers use it on stream. Speaking of that, if you're a streamer or a YouTuber, we made it with the intent for the community to use. So it's free without the word. You don't have to pay for it, and you can use it on your stream. You can use it on your YouTube videos without the fear of DMCA takedowns or copyright strikes. All we ask is that you put a blurb somewhere in your description or somehow that so people know where to find the music if they like it. You know, just attribute us. That's all we're asking. But with that, I'll finish her up. Appreciate you guys watching as always. I wish you the best of luck in your raids, and we'll see you in Tarkov.